All right, speaking of strikers and speaking of Lille, that's where Olivier Giroud is headed after what we can best describe as a underwhelming stint with LAFC, who he joined in July of last year. The numbers, not very good. He played 38 games across all competitions, notched just 5 goals. So the French World Cup winner not exactly having the best time during his stint in Major League Soccer. What did he have to say about his time with LAFC? Let's check it out. Quote, "The style of play in the MLS didn't necessarily suit me. Coming back to France 13 years later is an opportunity and an incredible challenge for me. I need challenges. That's what has driven my career forward. This challenge speaks to me." Herc, read between the lines there. You seeing that as a shots fired at MLS or LAFC from Olivier Giroud?
No. I think it's a reality of what Olivier Giroud's time was at LAFC. And look, I'm a big fan of what John Thorrington and LAFC have been able to build and the way they've built it in Los Angeles. They really have created something special, and they rarely get it grotesquely wrong with players. But boy, did they get it really wrong with Olivier Giroud. He's 35, 36 years of age, correct me if I'm wrong there, and his style of play isn't a transition game. And you bring him into a Steve Cherundolo type of style where it's transition-based, where it's speed, where you got to keep up, and he's not going to be able to run with you. He's used to a different type of football, and then fans are left asking themselves, well, why can't he score goals? Well, why can't he play on this team? Is it the age? And he proved it wasn't the age at AC Milan. He was the last serviceable 9 that they've had. This is more a fit problem. This is more, it just didn't mesh. He's a different type of player where you need to combine. He needs to play back to goal. You may even need to give him service, not play with wingers who are inverted, who look to be themselves the goal scorer, be themselves those players who run a point, if you will, in transition. It just was never a good fit. I think he was very professional about his time in Major League Soccer. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I also believe he said something on his way out about it just not being a great fit.
Yeah, he did. And he talked about kind of the wing play and maybe that LAFC's attack primarily was built through the wings, didn't necessarily, serve him. Hindsight, I guess, is 2020 here.
Sure.
I was very surprised that this went the way it did. When he joined LAFC last year, I thought, okay, for sure, not only is he going to do well, they're going to do well. This is going to be the thing that kind of kicks them off into a playoff and maybe MLS Cup run. It really didn't happen.
No, it didn't click.
For him. How surprised are you by it?
I was surprised because, I mean...
By the way, he's 38.
But Giroud
chopped a couple of years off.
But Giroud's been a very quality player at a bunch of different places. And I felt that even a 37, 38-year-old Olivier Giroud would find ways to get the ball in the back of the net. And it didn't happen. You're not going to bat 1,000%. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to work. So I love the idea of LAFC kind of holding up their hand, Olivier Giroud holding up their hand and say, hey, we thought it was going to work. Both of us did. It didn't. Here's the opportunity for you to go back to France and see if you can, finish your career on a high.
Plus, it opens up the opportunity for LAFC to make moves of their own, kind of readjust their roster for what's coming in the next few months. We have some more MLS news. This news coming out of Toronto.